I have a very interesting question here, which has different shapes in it. And I find that sometimes learners will panic when they see a shape that they do not know what to call. So let's look at what we are given here. It says that the ladies attending the ball will each receive a triangular shaped gift box. The box is made up of 3 identical rectangular faces. Let's see. The 3 identical rectangular faces, not up to scale, but, and it's always beautiful to draw. I love drawing because when I draw it, then I can see it. And if I can see it, then I can calculate it. It's so difficult to try and calculate something that you have no visual representation of. So this is what the box looks like. And the box also has 2 triangular faces. And it says to us here, as shown in the diagram, so I've drawn the diagram for us, each box will be covered in gold foil. So this box has been ripped apart. I've drawn it and I've ripped it apart for us. And anytime you see a question where a shape or a box has been unfolded for us, we know there's a surface area question coming along. And just before we carry on with that, remember your definitions. You know, you don't have to cram your formulas because they're given to you, but you need to know how to use your formulas according to your definitions. So question 1, before I write question 1, I just want to just write the dimensions that we've been given. So the height of the triangle from there to there is 3.464 centimeter, and then we've been given this width over here, so it's called a width, and this width is 4 centimeters, and then we've been given the length. Let's just see if we can use a different color for that. This length over here is 6 centimeters, and then we've also been given the base of this triangle, and the base of this triangle is going to be 4 centimeters. Another thing that you need to remember with shapes, know the properties of the shape. If you don't know the property of the shape, then you are going to start panicking when you're being given questions like this. What do I mean by know the property of a shape? Let's look at this. We are told that we are being given rectangles. This is a rectangle. And if this is a rectangle, let's just use that color. If this is a rectangle, I know that the opposite sides are parallel and equal. And if the opposite sides are parallel and equal, and the 3 shapes are identical, then we know that they're going to be equal to each other. Okay, so the 3, it says to us here, it's made up of 3 identical rectangular faces and 2 identical triangular faces. So I know that I've got 1, 2, 3, and we are told that it's identical. Calculate in centimeter square. So we're calculating it in centimeter square, and everything is already been given in centimeters. So there's no conversion that needs to happen over here. Always be alert. Is what I'm calculating, does it need me to do any conversions? And if it doesn't need me to do any conversions, then I'm safe in that regard. So it says to me that I need to calculate in centimeter square. So I'm going to use it as it is. Calculate in centimeter square the area of 1 triangular face of the box. So for now, we're just doing 1 face. So we just need 1 triangular face. Let's go see. The area of a triangle, let's just see if that is visible. Let me just move that. Okay, that's fine. So area of a triangle is equals to half times base times height. Have I been given all of that? Of course I have been. Let's go up and see. There, I've been given. So I've been given that my base is 4. So that's going to be half times 4. And then the height that I have been given is 3.464. 3.464. Stunning. Let's go and calculate that using our calculator. So it's going to then give us a half is, you can go and put it in as a half. Or if you're using a calculator that doesn't really look like this, you can always say 0.5. So it's not a train smash, times 4 times 3.464. Stunning. So that is the answer, 6.928. 6.928 centimeter square. The unit of measurement is very important. If it is area, it needs to be a square. If it is volume, cubic centimeters. So you need to be very mindful of what it is that you are doing at that particular moment. So in this particular moment, we are calculating area and we are using our centimeter square. I am going to round this off to 2 decimal places because I said to us at the beginning that we are going to be rounding off to 2 decimal places. And the reason why we're rounding off to 2 decimal places is because we are following the standard ruler in terms of instructions, because sometimes our instructions can be given in a different way. If I'm rounding it off to 2 decimal places, what's going to happen is that it's the 2 that is going to be affected. And if it is the 2 that is affected, it means that the 2 is being affected by this 8 over here. So this 8 over here is higher than 5. So it's going to become 6.93 centimeters square. Perfect. Let's go to our next question. Hence, determine the total surface area of the box. There's that big term, surface area. We normally know how to calculate area. The question is, do we know how to calculate surface area? Surface area is just the total of all the areas combined. Let's go see. If I go up here, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3 as I've written there, 4, and I've got 5. It means that I'm going to be adding 5 things together. And if I am adding 5 things together, that is going to give me my total surface area. Let's go down. So for my total surface area, it's going to be the 3 rectangles plus the 2 triangles. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. So what is the area of one triangle? I'm going to find the area of one triangle by going up, and I've calculated the area of one triangle over there. And the best thing to do in this particular case is to use it in its original form. There is its original form over there. So I'm going to use that one as it is, but because that one is already calculated for us, let's find the rectangles. We've got 3 rectangles there and we are told that they are identical. So if this is the width of one rectangle and it's 4, it means that I am going to take that 4 and I'm going to multiply it by 6, because the area of a rectangle, so area of a rectangle is equals to length times breadth, and the length is 6 centimeters and the breadth is 4 centimeters. 6 times 4 is then going to give me 24. So I know that the area of one rectangle is 24 centimeters square. But I don't have one rectangle. I've got 3 identical rectangles that I am working with. Okay, and because I've got the 3 identical rectangles, it means that I'm going to multiply this by 3. So that's going to be 24 times 3, which gives me 72 centimeters square. So now I've got my 72, but now I need the total area of my 2 triangles. So my one triangle is 6.928, 6.928, and I've got 2 identical triangles. So that is going to be 6.928 times 2, 2 identical triangles, 13.856, 13.856 centimeter square. Now I've got the 2, and the 2 can then give me my total. Don't be scared, even though sometimes we are given our formulas. They do give us our formulas of what to use. So in order for us to know how to use the formula, we need to understand the concept. So surface area, we know it's all the areas combined. And because it's all the areas combined, I'm going to split it. I like splitting it up into pieces because when I split it up into pieces, it gives more context. Let's go down. So total surface area is then going to be total surface area. I'm going to write it like that. Is then going to be 72 plus 13.856. I always try to use the simplest methods that you can find, which it gives us more perspective into why we are doing it like that. Because sometimes you can use a formula and you don't know why you are using that formula like that. But it should give us exactly the same answer. And we have then the 85.856, 85.856 centimeters square. I am going to round that off to 2 decimal places. If I round it off to 2 decimal places, the 6 is going to be affecting this 5 over here. So it is going to be 85.86 centimeter square. That is our total surface area. Don't be nervous. Even in your preparation, make sure you know how to find your total surface area with whatever the shapes that we have been given. So I really, really love this question. Thank you so much for the question. So now, the last question in terms of this one that we've been given. It says to us, it takes 30 minutes to cover 20 boxes with foil. So we know it takes 30 minutes to cover 20 boxes. That's our given. So we are asked to calculate in seconds. So we know we're going to be doing some sort of conversions, right? So it says to us, calculate in seconds the average time it will take to cover 1 box. Whenever we are told what it takes to cover a total number of things and we want just 1, we know there's going to be a bit of division happening over there. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this 30 minutes into seconds. How do I convert minutes into seconds? I know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So it's going to be 30 minutes times 60 to give us the number of seconds. So it's going to be 30 times 60, which is going to give us 30 times 60, it's 1,800 seconds. So that's 1,800 seconds. And because that's 1,800 seconds, then we are now clued up in terms of seconds. it says to us, calculate the average time it will take to cover one box. If it takes 1,800 seconds to cover 20 boxes, then it means that I'm going to be dividing my 1,800 seconds by the 20 boxes. So that is going to give us divided by 20 boxes. Let's go calculate that. 1,800. 1,000. There we go. 800 divided by 20. So it's going to take 90 seconds. 90 seconds to cover one box. Absolutely love that question. It would be considered like a little higher grade type of question, which is really beautiful. And if you can go into it and just conquer such questions, then you know that you are set. What is the key thing? Always remember, surface area is the total area. It's the sum of all the areas of that one object that we have been given. I will see you after the ad break. Okay, so let's see if we can fit in one more question. We have one little question here, and I think that it's going to help us even more in terms of area. And it says to us here, an organizer of a science fair has to produce rectangular display boards. So we know there's going to be rectangular display box. You need to know how your rectangle looks like, and you need to know the properties of a rectangle. The external dimensions of each board are 48 inches by 36 inches. I'm going to draw that even before I carry on so that I can have a visual representation. So I know a rectangle should look like that, okay? And then I know it's going to be 46 inches. And I'm going to have my 36 inches as well. So I've got those two dimensions of my rectangle. The front faces of the boards must be sprayed with one layer of non-reflective white paint. So I have some things that I have been given, and it's important for me to note what I have been given. And what I've been given is that 1 milliliter of paint is going to cover 50 centimeters square of a board. 1 inch is going to cover 25 millimeters over there. Okay? Determine, showing all calculations, whether 5 liters of paint would be enough to spray paint 25 display boards. So I know that 1 inch is equals to 25 millimeters. So the first thing that I am going to do is that I'm going to first do my conversions. But before I'm going to first do my conversions. So if 1 inch is equals to 25 millimeters, then it means that 36 inches should give me, if I cross multiply and divide by that, it is going to be 25 times 36, which is going to give me 900 millimeters. Okay? And then the last thing I'm going to do is convert my 46 inches into millimeters. So if 1 inch is equals to 25 millimeters, I need to convert my 46 inches. So I cross multiply and that's going to give me 46 times 25. So that is going to give me 1,150. 1,150 millimeters. And it's going to make everything possible in terms of what I am being asked. Always remember to do your conversions first if you are required to do your conversions. It's very, very important for you to be able to do that. The last thing I'm doing is just calculating the area. So the area of a rectangle is 1150. The area is then going to be 1150 times 900.